Good evening. Good evening. Thank you. Thank you all. Back in 2016, when Ed and I began this journey, we really could not have dared imagine how far we would come towards today's public awareness of the dangers of social media. And tonight, you have come. You've come because you see the harm, you see it affecting your families, you see it affecting society, and so you have joined us to protect. I thank you. But now, we sit at a critical time in this fight. This past year, Big Social has spent hundreds of millions lobbying against social media safety, killing critical new legislation. And so the harms have continued. They have trumpeted new safety features that you all well know prove to be neither used nor useful, and the harms continue. They are now deploying new AI chatbots for children to engage with as the harms continue. They have gutted their trust and safety teams in the supposed name of free speech, and the harms have surged. They believe this year, I have no doubt, they are winning the long-term fight for our apathy. But we've seen this playbook before, and we have beat it. And so tonight is not a night of despair. It is a celebration of hope. The hope that comes from the right solutions, the right people, the right movements. The Organization for Social Media Safety is a model that yields global impact. We are measurably protecting families from actual harms. We built something unique, a fully integrated consumer protection organization that combines education, policy advocacy, research, and technology to protect families from the dangers of social media. But that in itself, it's not enough. To defend our families, we know, we need the best minds fueling this machine. That's why your donations power the humans, the brains behind this work. For example, I guess I can embarrass her a little, mostly because she's not here, but take our VP of Programs, Dr. Sarah Krongard. She beat out over 5,000 nationwide applicants for her position. That's thousands of PhDs and internationally recognized experts in their own right. We bring on the best so that we can see the best results for your families. Your support enables our team of experts to review the literature, develop our evidence-based curriculum, deliver our school programs in person to schools nationwide, consult with school leaders on policies and guidelines, draft and pass the innovative laws, conduct the groundbreaking research, collect and analyze the data, test the safety software, respond to families and schools dealing with social media crises, and so much more. These many thousands of hours of labor each year yields results. This year, we passed 3 major social media safety laws in California, including the Youth Social Media Harms Protection Act, which will now require social media platforms to review and respond within 24 hours to reports from California's principals and mental health professionals of any content that poses a risk to a child. Thank you. I'll give you another chance to applaud Assemblymember Josh Lowenthal, a true champion of social media safety, author of that bill. He's here with us tonight. I don't know where he's sitting, if you want to give a wave, Assemblymember, but thank you, Assemblymember. We have moved Sammy's Law in Congress to the brink of becoming federal law. This is game-changing legislation to give you, the parents, the tools you need to protect your children. We surpassed, as Ed said earlier, over 250,000 students served by our educational services, demonstrably decreasing cyberbullying and violence, stopping predation attempts, and deterring suicides, among other impacts. We have created curricular ideas and concepts that have traveled the globe, adding more protection for families. We have worked with the support of the Jewish Community Foundation to bring our education to LA County's Jewish schools to combat social media-fueled anti-Semitism. We have conducted and put out groundbreaking research with our friends at UCLA School of Education. They're here with us tonight as well. This year, exploring how to better combat social media-fueled hate speech, again, including anti-Semitism. We have continued to work with the leadership of major third-party safety software providers to protect even more children. Our programs are working. And so now, in this moment, we need to continue increasing our team, continue increasing our capabilities. We must reach more schools. We must produce more resources for families. We must work with more legislators needing our help. Because if we can do that, we will protect more families, save more lives from the very clear dangers of social media. And with your help tonight, we're going to do just that. And so I thank you so very much for your support.
Marc Berkman,
thank you.
I'm the CEO of the Organization for Social Media Safety, the first and leading consumer protection organization focused exclusively on social media. Harms either caused or exacerbated by social media are indeed severe, and they are pervasive. Despite this very clear consensus among its own leaders that severe safety risks to adolescents pervade the industry, Big Social is not taking sufficient action. And so the harms continue, the mortality count mounts. Congress must pass Sammy's Law to restore this imbalance and give caregivers the choice of using safety software to protect their children. Given the current public health catastrophe, the daily deaths, the growing harms, we need to sunset this broken system today and get to work to protect America's families.
When you talk about the children across the nations, do schools get involved in those? Do you interface with schools?
Yeah, we work with K through 12 schools across the country, and the harms that we see on campuses are incredibly horrifying.
Mr. Berkman, you spoke about studies that suggest a strong link between social media use and negative mental health outcomes for adolescents, and I think you mentioned this briefly. How can companies be incentivized to prioritize mental health and well-being in their platform design and content moderation policies?
Well, the main reform there is ensuring that there's some level of liability for negligent and reckless design in the platforms, insufficient parental safety controls as well. And I want to thank you for your co-leadership of Sammy's Law, too, and the platforms that are disallowing parents the choice of being able to use safety software to us is a reckless decision.
Do you see a relationship between the development of artificial intelligence and the amount of data that's collected versus a world before artificial intelligence?
I know that AI has increased that amount of data. It might have always been there, but it certainly has increased the capability to analyze the data and refine the advertising. And sometimes that refinement is manipulative and dangerous.
Thank you for that, and I suspect you're absolutely right.
The person that's told to kill themselves say, I'm being bullied, and a social media company at that point should take the content down.
Yep, once there's actual notice of cyberbullying that violates a platform's terms of service, they need to take that down, and that's a severe risk to that child. Nate Bronstein in Chicago was being cyberbullied by hundreds of other teens throughout the metropolitan area with kill yourself messages and others, the content kept expanding throughout the platform that was being circulated on. Speak specifically about the smaller businesses, the startups that we're talking about that are not sufficiently capitalized to protect especially child users. So the mantra in Silicon Valley is move fast and break things. Unfortunately, those things are children.
If Section 230 sunsets, how do you see this change benefiting children and young people as they navigate the online world?
Thank you, Representative. I appreciate the question. So again, we're seeing harms exploding on social media that are significantly impacting children. You mentioned sexual predation. The FBI has reported a significant increase in sextortion. Online enticement of minors has increased over 300%, according to NCMEC. And so there is a range, and that's just the tip of the iceberg, so a range of these harms. Now, reworking Section 230 so that there is liability on clear bad faith business decisions on the part of the social media platforms, which is happening across the industry today, is essential to protect American families, particularly our children.
Berkman, I want to thank you especially for your help and with my office with Sammy's Law. I'm the lead sponsor on that legislation, and it's good legislation, and we couldn't have gotten to the point we're at now without your help and your office's help. So thank you for that, and I hope we see that move through the committee process. It needs to.
We are seeing the prioritization of profits over safety, and when we're talking about innovation, one point I want to make here that's really critical is if I want to go innovate and create a new type of car there, I am subject to normal tort law. If my business isn't capitalized sufficiently and I can't afford to put in seat belts and a car seat holder, I can't make that car and I can't sell it. And so if companies are going on the market and they're not able to be safe for consumers, especially children, that is an issue, and that's why Congress needs to really rework the regulatory framework.
Mr. Berkman, I will go to you. I mean, how do you describe the environment right now? Some would say this is the Wild West. Some would say that companies are operating without impunity. How do you describe the environment right now?
Unmitigated catastrophe.